today we are going to be looking at the field of family social work, what it is, and we'll talk more about what we're going to be doing this semester as well. But let's start by, what is family social work? Family social work is using social work skills with families who are usually at risk, in crisis, or experiencing some type of problem that is affecting their functioning. Many of these families have more than one problem, and as we talked about in many of your social work classes, problems in living are connected, which means that typically families will have more than one problem, and a lot of times it's these connected problems together that bring them in. They're experiencing problems that don't seem to go away. They keep happening over and over again, and we sometimes call those chronic problems or chronic stress. Family social work is oftentimes used in a family's home, or other times it's used in an office in the community, such as, for example, the social support centers, where families will come in and meet in private meeting rooms. Social workers, as we're going to talk about this semester, want to meet typically families in the community, in their home, and or meet all of the family members, because it helps us to understand in a better way what kind of problems the family is experiencing. It also helps us, especially when the whole family is there, to be able to do an intervention right there on the spot with the family. We call this teachable moments, and what that means is that we see something happening. Maybe we see, for example, a parent hitting their child, and we intervene right then and show the family a better way of interacting with their child. And again, we call these teachable moments because we're teaching the family right as the behavior happens. Now we're going to look at what is the overall guiding vision of family social work. By vision, we mean, what is it that we're most trying to do when we use skills of family social work? And as you see here, we're trying to promote, by promote I mean we're trying to bring about more of the well-being of children and their families. So ultimately, children is in here because a large part of family social work is helping parents to become better parents. But we also understand that parents don't always understand how to be good parents. And we believe that parents have the right to get the support that they need to raise their children. So part of what we're trying to do when we teach the skills of family social work and when we work with families to interact in a better way is we're trying to build family strengths, help the family find their strengths, and help the family to become as strong as possible. Okay, here's some of the goals of family social work. I'm not going to go through all of them, but I'm going to point out some of the most important ones. And I'm going to start with the second one. We want to create change in the way that the family functions and the day-to-day routine of the family. So in other words, we want the family to be able to use and have good interaction skills when the social worker isn't there. Because we know that we're not always going to be there with the family. We're only going to be working with them for a short period of time. So one of our main goals is to help them to be able to create better patterns of interaction, being able to connect with each other. The third one down talks about providing extra support so that families can learn this kind of better functioning. And the fourth one talks about how families can build relationships not just among themselves, but also with their environment. And by their environment, we're thinking about their community, their society, and that helps all members of the family. Finally, the last one, we look at crisis, Many of the families that come to us are in crisis, and part of our jobs as family social workers is to be able to help them to move away from the crisis and come up with better ways of coping long term. Finally, let's look at the focus and context of family social work. As we said a few minutes ago, family social work happens in the community, like at the social support centers. It sometimes happens in people's homes. It might happen at a community agency, because we believe that we need to help people in their environment. And it helps us to understand what the specific needs are if we're helping people in their communities. We also believe that it's so important to look for those teachable moments. So we want all of the family together with us when we're doing family social work, so we can stop a family member or family members from interacting in a way that's dysfunctional or does not work, and help them right then and there to develop better ways of interacting with each other. We want to make the family environment as good as it can be. And that's it for today. Thank you so much for listening to me, and we will talk again online soon.